What's up, Sunny fam? If you are new here, Sunny Trainer Mara here. I'm gonna be taking you through a 20-minute beginning rowing workout today. Let's get into it. Welcome everyone. We're gonna go ahead and get into this 20-minute beginning rowing workout. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more fantastic workouts just like this one. We have a huge library of all different kinds of workouts, so make sure to check those out after we finish up here. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Nice warm-up row, just grabbing the handle nice and wide. We're gonna start pushing off with the legs, leaning back with the core, following through with the arms, and extending the arms, leaning forward with the core, and bending the legs. Take it as slow as you need to, as you're finding the order of all of those. Once you feel comfortable with it, you're welcome to go a little bit faster, bringing your heart rate up. Good. Couple things to think about here. You want to make sure those shoulders are staying relaxed. You want to make sure the handle is hitting right between the sternum and belly button, wherever feels comfortable for you. You also want to make sure we're sitting up nice and tall, supporting with the core as we flow through here. And we want to make sure we are driving all the way through the legs, but make sure you don't completely lock out the legs at the back of your rower. Leave a little bit of give in your knees as we flow through, not locking out the joints completely. The team, 2 more minutes, just like this here. Coming up in today's workout, we're gonna be rowing first for endurance, then we're gonna do a strength-focused row, and then finally we're gonna finish out with a little bit of power work on our rower, going explosive with our rows. So for now, we're just taking it easy. You can check in with your monitor, if you have one in front of you, or to the side of your rower. You'll see you have your time, how long you've been rowing for, your stroke rate, it might say SPM as well. That is strokes per minute, how many times you are pulling that handle back per minute. We are gonna be focusing on that quite a bit in this workout, so make sure you are able to locate that on your monitor. We also have distance. Might also say M or meters. That is how far you have rowed thus far. And we also have your wattage. That's gonna come more into play at the very end of the workout, but still good to get familiar with that as we're taking a look, getting warmed up here. Good, just 30 more seconds in this warm-up. Let's go a little quicker with your stroke rate. Maybe adding a couple more to wherever you're at currently. All right, team, coming up, we are gonna be doing a 4-minute row for distance, building a little bit of endurance on our rower here today. So I'll have us all come to the front of our rower. We wanna rack that handle, let the water cool down if it's still spinning around. We're gonna make sure we clear out our screen, and then we're gonna press that start button, and we're gonna track how far we are able to get in these next 4 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. So nice and easy with that stroke rate to get started here. You can find a stroke rate anywhere between 23 to 27 here. Then we're gonna look to just hold that this entire time. Good, go ahead and check in if you have your 500-meter split time in front of you here. That is how long it would take you to row to 500 meters at this current intensity that you are at. So whatever that is telling you there, with keeping it in mind that we are rowing for 4 minutes, maybe setting a goal for us here, how many meters you are looking to rack up in this endurance-focused row. For the team, as we're approaching the halfway point here, making sure we're still sitting up tall. Sometimes we tend to slouch over as that fatigue starts to build. Just making sure we're staying supported with our core and making sure we're really relying on the legs here. Yes, the row, what you are doing is pulling that handle back with your arms, but it's really the legs and actually the entire backside of your body that is the powerhouse of your row. Good, 2 more minutes. We're halfway through. Can you double the amount of distance that you have on your screen? We're gonna do that by staying consistent here, holding that stroke rate right where it's at. If you were able to see your wattage, you can take a look at that as well. Let's try and keep that just as high the entire time. Good, nice even pacing here. Just about 1 minute left to go. Feeling that squeeze of your shoulder blades together as you pull the handle back. Good, just under 1 minute left here. Making sure you're continuing to find that lean back in the core. Sometimes we stay a little bit too upright. You actually really can find that lean back with the entire torso. It's gonna help you generate even more power, get even more distance. Good, home stretch here. Last 15 seconds with this row for distance. Driving into those legs a little bit harder, these last few pulls back. Three, two, one more big pull, and 1. Nicely done, everybody. Go ahead, check in with that distance, see how far you got. Remember that number, and I encourage you to come back to this workout in about a week or so and see if you can get a little bit farther with that distance as you're getting more comfortable with the rower. We're gonna go ahead and move along to our next rowing focus. We're gonna do some rowing for strength. Now with this, I'm gonna have you grab your handle. You can take this as a recovery row, but we're gonna find a slow stroke rate. When we're rowing for strength, we want to slow it way down so we have lots of resistance with the water in your rower. And the body is having to work harder to pull that handle back. If your rower has the option to add some resistance, let's go ahead and do that now. Just turning it to add a little bit more tension there. So let's find nice and slow. We're gonna find a stroke rate of about 21 to 23. How can we still make this difficult even though we're going slower? Slow does not equal easy. We're still pulling back as hard as we can. So we're still looking for that high wattage with this strength-focused row, even with that slower tempo. So we're gonna go ahead and rack that handle now that you feel comfortable with that slower tempo. We're gonna clear out your screen. We're gonna do a 20-stroke row with that slow stroke rate. We're gonna see how much distance we can get in just 20 pulls back with that handle. So go ahead, clear your screen. We're gonna start accumulating some distance in 3, 2, 1. Again, we're going slow with this. Find that pause at the back of your rower. This is number 3 here. Breathing in as you come to the front, breathing out as you push back. Good, this is number 10. Check in with those meters. We're gonna try to double them. Good, 15. Last 5. Big, strong pulls. Good, we have 2. And we have 1. Nicely done, team. Rack that handle. Again, we're gonna check in with your distance here. See how far you got. This time, we are gonna have a chance to do that again. So we're gonna do that exact same thing, 20 stroke row. We're gonna try to match that distance if you wanna go for a little bit of an extra challenge here. Let's maybe try to get a few more meters this time around. You have the handle of it now, that's slow tempo. If you were keeping an eye on the wattage that you were doing previously, we can make sure that we beat our previous distance by getting a little bit more with our wattage. So let's go again, shake it out. One more time with that 20 stroke row in 3, 2, make sure that screen's cleared out here as well. And we go in 3, 2, 1. Again, legs are going to be the main thing to get you to beat that previous distance. Here we go for 5. Good, this is number 10. Checking in with your meters, doing some mental math. If you double it, will you beat your previous? If not, even more with those legs. Good, 3 more. Last one. All right. Again, checking in with that distance. Did we match or beat it? If so, amazing. If not, that is okay. Again, I encourage you to come back to this, give it another try in about a week or so. So I'm gonna take a second to rest here. We're moving on to rowing for power. So similar to that row for strength, we wanna go slow on the way forward, but we wanna go really quick and explosive on the way back. We're gonna go much faster with this than we did for strength, seeing how quickly we can explode to the back of our rower, and then we take 2 slow counts to come to the front of it to recuperate for another explosive drive back. So with this one, really fast stroke rate, about 28 to 32. We're gonna be doing these for short bursts of intensity, and then we'll have plenty of time to recover in between. So coming up first, we are gonna row explosively for 1 minute. We're gonna rest for about 1.5 minutes. We're gonna go again explosively for 45 seconds. We'll rest for just a minute. Then we'll finish out with 30 seconds, and then you are done with your workout. So let's clear out the screen one more time here. Resetting, getting ready to go. 1 minute, nice and explosive. Let's go in 3, 2, and 1. This should feel very different than the previous 2. Again, we want your stroke rate about 28 to 32. You can see, even though I'm going fast, still finding that pause at the back of my rower here, staying true to the breakdown with the timing. Good, more than halfway through. Check in with those watts. We're gonna come back to it in your next 2 rows here. Last few seconds. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look at those watts one more time here. Nicely done. We have 90 seconds to breathe. Catch our breath. Coming up, that row is gonna get shorter for us. We're gonna go with whatever watts you just found. See if you can add about 5 to 15 because we're making that duration a little bit shorter. Feel free, grab a sip of water if you need to stand up and shake out those legs. We're gonna get going again in about another minute here. So rowing for power is a really great way just to work up to those higher intensities while still keeping it low impact. Rowing is fantastic because it is even more low impact than swimming and cross-country skiing, which are considered two of the most low impact sports. So rowing is an awesome way just to work the total body, building that explosive power, but still keeping it easy on the joints. So if you stood up to take your rest, go ahead, get set up again in your rower, strap into those foot plates. We're going again in 20 seconds, 45 seconds this time, maxing out our intensity. Again, we have our goal. We're gonna look to add 5 to 15 watts to what you just did. You're gonna have another recovery to follow it up and catch your breath. Let's sit up nice and tall, roll out those shoulders. Let's clear out your screen here as well. All right, 45-second row in 3, 2, 1. Right away, we establish that explosive high stroke rate here. The chin stays lifted, keeping that airway open. The finish line's in sight, last 15 here. How are we doing with that wattage? Driving those heels into your foot plates. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rack it up. All right, we have 1 minute here to catch your breath. If you want to get out of your rower and shake it out, do that right at the beginning here so that you have time to get set back up. Otherwise, you can just take nice little forward and back motion with those legs. Just keeping a little bit of movement here. We have one last high intensity row here, 30 seconds. That wattage that we found with your 45-second row, again, we're gonna see if we can add another 5 to 15 watts with that super short duration. We wanna finish out giving it everything we've got, emptying out the tank. This is the last rowing interval that we are gonna be seeing today. So again, making sure we are sitting up right on top of our sits bones here, sitting up nice and tall, rolling out the shoulders, grabbing the handle nice and wide. Last 30 seconds. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Good, maybe even that stroke rate gets a little bit higher here. Keep it up, team. Last 10. Final few big pulls here. You have 3, 2, 1. All right, way to go, everybody. Establishing that high wattage here today. Making sure you take a second and move nice and slow through those legs. You can get unstrapped and stand up, shake it out, and stretch it out. We have fantastic workouts on the Sunny Health and Fitness YouTube channel and app for you to get in some great stretching, getting some length back into those muscles before you get on with the rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell if you have not yet already. If you gave this workout a try, leave a comment down below. Let me know what was successful, what was challenging for you here today, and we'll see you next time.